Vlogmas day 3, is that right?
For us, yeah.
Oh, for us? Okay.
Day 4.
Oh, day 4. Okay. So we're starting off making some breakfast this morning. And typically we will go on a walk like in the afternoon around Rocco's nap time, and he'll nap in the stroller, but I kind of want to get it done early today just because I kind of have a lot of stuff to do and I want to get my walk out of the way. So we're going to eat some breakfast and go for a walk. I know I've showed you guys these in like every vlog, but... Okay.
Okay. No walk today.
A little ghee, a little sausage, and let's make a smoothie to go with it. Another day, another activewear outfit. This top is from Vitality, one of my favorite brands. And then pants are Lululemon, my other favorite brand. Bombas socks, of course. They're not the cutest, but they are the best socks. So yeah, I love these type of tanks with like a built-in bra, but I wanted to talk quickly. I get questions all the time. I'm not sure why, but like people are really curious about how the bee pollen tastes. It doesn't have much of a taste, at least not in smoothies. It's just kind of like a little bit of like a chewy honey taste. There's really, I don't taste much really. So I just kind of have it for the benefits, but not a strong taste. I also wanted to show you guys our curtains. We finally got them hung up. So it was kind of a long story, but aren't they so pretty? They're gorgeous. So these are the Amazon curtains. And then obviously you can tell we unfortunately need to get these ones hemmed. So I'll just quickly show you this room. So here you can see they look perfect. And the length is perfect there. They're like just enough, like basically touching, but just enough to where I can fit a Swiffer under there perfectly. You open it. So yeah, here they are. I will link them below. Like I said, we ordered them on Amazon. The rods, I believe, are Target as well, but it was kind of an issue getting this one in particular up because it was hitting like the brick outside or something, but we were able to finally get them hung up after a couple of weeks, but we were having some troubles with this one. And so what happened was these ones were originally supposed to go in there, but because we couldn't get them, I don't know, just basically we switched them around. So we knew these would probably have to get hemmed because we weren't able to hang these as high as I wanted. You can probably see we have to patch a little bit up there. So I have to get these taken to the tailors this week, but other than that, they're beautiful. If you like this like light, kind of like gauzy, I did not do the full blackout on these ones. That's why it's like that. So if you want more of like a beachy, light, airy look, don't do the full blackout. I will put on the screen what I did. I think I did like half or something. Like they're darkening, so they're not just like nothing behind there. So you can do where it's just the linen and basically it's just kind of for the look, or you can do like, I think 50% where they put this on the back so that it does block out some of the light and give you a little bit more privacy. And then you can do blackout. So like up in our bedroom, I did the blackout, and that gives a much more like elegant, structured, very like high-end vibe. It really reminds me of the curtains we had in our house in Nashville. I'll show them to you guys. I'll insert a picture or video here so you can see. It's just much more of a structured, elegant vibe. They're beautiful. I love them. They're full blackout. They're great quality. They're the exact same curtains, exact same color, exact same material. They are just full blackout on the back. So just the two differences there. If you want full blackout for blackout reasons, obviously get that one. But if you want more like a structured, elegant type of look, like that's the style of your house, do the blackout. If you want something more casual, more light and flowy, do just like the room darkening one. And then I'll put the color that I got as well. It's like an off-white, kind of like ivory color. And I was trying to think what else. Oh, we got the pleated. I'll link everything and I'll put all the information. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you. To measure. So personally for me, I wanted them to come up all the way to the ceiling. I think that gives the interior designer look, right? So I had them pretty much go like 2 inches below the ceiling. That's where I wanted them to be. And then as far as width goes, you just want to make sure you add extra width. So for these here, I originally was like, shoot, I should have added even more width just to get that really bunched up look on the sides and make it look even more voluminous. But now that they've been up for a while, I feel like it's perfect. So I believe I did an extra 10 inches on each side. So when you shut them, they're not just like completely flat. You still see some of the pleats. I think that's the hardest part, is just figuring out how to measure and exactly what you want. So just take your time with it. Like I said, they are available on Amazon and you can do the custom sizing and everything on Amazon, but I do believe I went on their website and I was able to get a deal. Like they were having like a little discount code. I'll look and see if they are. They're called 2 pages, but yeah, you just want to be really careful. Obviously we all know how to measure the height, but with the width, you just want to take into account like how much fabric you want on the sides or don't want on the sides. But I just would not recommend doing like just the width of your window, because you want that full look. You want that like interior design decorated look. You don't want it to just cover the window for privacy. It's also part of the look too, right? So keep that in mind. Like I said, I did an extra 10 inches on each side and I feel that I could have done even more. But with that being said, upstairs with the blackout curtains, I did the 10 inches and I feel like that's perfect. So I don't know, just something to think about, but they're beautiful, good quality. Like I said, I paid full price for them, not sponsored or anything, but I just really did not feel like spending tons and tons of money on window treatments, and they can get up there. So that's what I did. And then for the other windows, I don't think I've really showed you too many, but we started to do like the, they're kind of like a pull down, or you can do like the remote or the string, and they're like bamboo. They're really pretty. So that's what I'm gonna do in these windows here. I just have to measure and order them, but I have them now in like the playroom, the kids' room, our bathroom, and we love them. And I ordered those from Blinds Chalet, I think. Great quality, came really fast, easy to measure too. So I'll insert a video so you can see what those look like, but that's where we're at with the window treatments. I just basically started with a few because I didn't want, like these you can't return because they're custom. So I just started with a few. Now I'm gonna order for like the rest of the house. Basically, I just want to make sure I like them first. So we just got back from our walk and I made myself a cup of coffee. I think Michael mentioned it in yesterday's vlog, but I bought this coffee called King Coffee after someone I follow on Instagram, she raved about it, and it's called King Coffee. It's like organic, there's no mold, no pesticides, and it has reishi, which obviously has a bunch of health benefits. So really great for gut health and stuff. So I'm excited about it, brain health, all that. I do take that supplement in my matcha every day, and I love it because I just feel like it kind of goes with your morning beverage, because it's like really great for brain health and brain function and like focus and clarity. So I feel like it really goes well with your morning beverage. I talked about it on Instagram a few weeks ago, but I've just not been in the mood for matcha as often lately. So I cut out coffee in March of last year, and I haven't really looked back. I probably had it like 2-3 times throughout the rest of the year, and that was fine for me. But then once the like holidays hit, I was just craving something like warm and cozy, and like those holiday drinks from Starbucks, and they're just so good. But I was trying to like make it at home. I just wasn't like loving anything. So I wasn't in the mood for matcha. I wasn't in the mood for coffee, and I still am having a hard time drinking like a full cup of coffee. I just don't love the taste as much anymore. So I got this over the weekend. This is probably my 3rd day in a row having it. The taste is really great. Obviously I'm excited about the benefits. I don't feel any jitters or anything. I don't feel anxious or anything like that when I drink it. It's very expensive though. You can get it on Amazon. It's pretty expensive, but it's just testing it out. So I thought I would share. I don't think I'll go back to like coffee all the time or anything, unless it's maybe something like this. But yeah, I tried to limit my caffeine. You guys know that I shared I was getting those iron infusions, and I've been having like issues with my anemia. So I've been getting fatigued very often. So I was kind of getting up there on my caffeine intake, and I was like, I really need to reel it back, because was kind of making me stressed out, making me kind of jittery. So I've reeled it back a lot on my caffeine, which is good, but it's always nice to have like a cozy drink while you're working and stuff. So I just made this. It's so good. It just tastes like a classic cup of coffee. And now I was just looking at actually my health coach training stuff. So I did the accelerated program. It takes you a year to get through the program, but I did the accelerated, which is 6 months. And I graduate in February, but it pretty much wraps up in December, because obviously they have the holidays, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, whatever. So it kind of like wraps up in like a week, and you get like a long break, and then you have a few weeks to kind of finish up any odds and ends, because there's things you have to do in order to graduate, like things you have to complete. But I am, as far as like the modules and like the course materials go, I'm just about done. I think I'm like 75% of the way through it. There's 4 tests. I've completed 3, passed all my tests, did really good. So excited about that. So yeah, I have 1 more test, and then I obviously have to finish the modules. And then the last thing is you have to do 6 like practice health coach training sessions. So I've completed all those with like Michael, my mom, my sister, and that's all. I've completed it all. I've just had like some technical issues like in putting it into their system. So I need to go in and do that and kind of get through some of my modules here, because I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 modules to get through. So like 4 weeks of work basically. But the longer and longer I get into the course, it's become a lot more manageable for me, a lot easier for me. I would say the first 3 months, it was really something like I sat down and I spent hours and hours and hours on, like every weekend, or every week, I mean, and it took up a lot of my time. But the further I've gone into it, I've kind of figured out where I can like do 2 times speed, where I really want to listen, where I want to be taking notes, where I could just listen while I'm like doing other things, kind of like listen to it podcast style in a way. So I've kind of figured that out and figured out what like lessons I need to be taking notes on for the test and stuff. So I've kind of figured out what works for me, and it's not as like daunting for me to get through like these 7 or 8 modules. It'll take me a couple hours to get through it. So I'll work on it this week. I should be able to get caught up with everything. And yeah, I think I want to put in all of my health coach training like practice sessions. I want to look at that, my coaching sessions. Yeah, so you have also coaching circles, which is basically where you're with other students and you're with the educator and you're like live on Zoom. So you had to complete a certain amount of those in order to graduate. You have to pass the tests. You obviously have to do the modules and all that stuff. So I did all that. It was great. I loved like getting to talk with other people in my class and stuff. The last thing I have to do is just input these coaching sessions, but like something with their website, basically like I'm not allowed to type on that page. Like it's really weird. My space bar doesn't work on this page of their website. So I think it might be something to do with my iPad and my kids on my iPad. So yeah, I have 5 more left to input, because the last time I was able to input them was like months ago, and I just haven't gotten it. I have to get on Michael's computer and do it, but I'm gonna try to do that in a little bit here. But first I'm going to sip on this coffee. Michael took Rocco to go run some errands. I'm gonna fit in my leg workout. I do my leg workout every Monday. I feel like I never get the chance to like sit and chat with you guys, so hopefully you don't mind that today is kind of like a chatty vlog. But I think I told you maybe like 2-3 weeks ago in a vlog that I like I'm following a training program. I have like an app. It's like a progressive overload training program. I completed the first 8 weeks, and now I'm in the middle of the second 8 weeks, and then there's a final 8 weeks. So it's 24-week program total, but I'm like in the middle of the second chunk of it. So it's 4 training sessions a week, 2 lower body days and 2 upper body days. I usually do the hardest session every Monday just to get it out of the way for the week. I guess I could technically do it Sundays, but sometimes with my week, things get messed up and I'm like finishing up the last workout of the week on Sundays every once in a while, not too often, but typically Monday mornings I start off and I do the hardest leg workout of the week. And I'm telling you guys, It is so hard that I'm like, I'm either gonna throw up or I'm gonna faint. Like, it's so hard. It's crazy, especially now that I have been limiting my caffeine. When I was having a little bit more caffeine, like I was able to get through it a lot faster and easier and lift heavier. But now that I've kind of limited it, it's hard to get through. It's a hard workout. So what's nice about it is it's kind of customizable, because I do like, you know, basically she tells you the move. It's Sadie Lee Fitness. It's her app. So she tells you the move, like, let's say like a sumo squat, and then you choose your weight. But the whole point is that you slowly over time do heavier. So maybe you start out with 10 and then you move to 11 and then you move to 12 and then 15 and then 17 and then 20. So basically over time, you're supposed to be raising the amount of weight that you use, or doing more reps or longer reps, whatever. But basically it's harder every week, even though it's the same moves, and it is killer. And so I'm just working myself up to do that. That's why I did my walk first, because I'm like, I just wanted to get that over with. Every Monday I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do legs. But I feel like it's the most important, and it like kind of builds that muscle for your whole body, which I just think is so important for like longevity and overall health, is to just build muscle, right? So I do it and I feel great. I wouldn't say I feel great right after, but I feel great, like, you know, that I did it like the next day and a few hours later, even though I do get sore. But that's the plan today. So I'm gonna sip on this for a little bit and then we will do legs, even though I don't feel like it. But when I have the house quiet like this, it's the perfect time to do it. I can throw my music on, I can get it done without interruptions and distractions, and then I can get back to the cozy, fun stuff on the computer. Speaking of, so I am just right now going through my end of year. I went back and looked at my 2023 vision board that I made. This was only my second year ever making a vision board. Frankie tried to get me on it and tried to get me doing it in 2022 as well, and I didn't quite understand it, and I didn't like it. Like, I made it too much about like material items, and I didn't like it. Then this year I took it a little bit more seriously, and like I feel like I really figured out a way that works for me. And this is the first year in my life where I looked back at it and I'm like, wow, I feel like I completed everything on this list. So that was really cool, because I'm someone that's really hard on myself. I'm really like strict on myself. I really like expect a lot out of myself, and I usually, when it comes to like New Year's planning, I'll plan out goals, like hard goals of like where I want to be personally and professionally, health-wise, like all these things. And so then when I moved into the vision board, I didn't quite understand how to make that work for me, because typically I'm like more just, I'm written goal oriented. And so I just kind of like put random pictures of like bags and like jewelry and like stuff like that I liked, and like it kind of just, it was like something pretty to look at, and like that's not how it's done. And so then last year I did it with more of like just overall feelings and like things I wanted to do and like the vibe I wanted to have for my overall year. And I went back and looked at it this morning, and like it's crazy how some things like have really lined up and like are really identical to my vision board. So I'm excited to do it again for 2024. But I was thinking, if you guys would like this, I would love to do, I think it's kind of niche, but I would love to do a video where I walk through my vision board that I had for 23, and I kind of go over picture by picture and like share with you the story of how I completed that or did that or worked on that throughout the year, and kind of how it came to be or didn't come to be, whatever, kind of like my thoughts on it. Also kind of consider it like a 2023 recap, like end of year, kind of going through the year. I feel like on our vlog channel, Michael used to do that, where he'd go through and like pick bits and pieces of like our favorite vlogs from the year and create like a recap. But this would be kind of more like talking through. Of course, I would insert pictures in the video, but it could be kind of fun. And then I could talk about, you know, my plans for next year. Just kind of like a fun chatty video, like a hangout video. Let me know if you guys would like that. Of course, I'm planning all kinds of like Christmas vibes and stuff for this Vlogmas playlist, this Vlogmas series. But I think that would be fun too. And it kind of goes, right? Because we're all thinking about next year. But this is the first year where I'm like, I'm not going to be super strict and hard on myself in terms of like written goals. It's more of just like, how do I want to feel? How do I want my life to be? How do I want to live my life overall? And I'm so happy with it. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Is there a way where I can have my Spotify playing on my Peloton when I'm not using like just so I can have it as like my speaker kind of. I feel like that would be really nice. I did it. I'm done. I am dripping sweat. Michael and Rocco just pulled in. I could see them in the driveway. That coffee gave me a boost. I was able to get through it, but I am like in desperate need of a shower. One, 2, 3. Woohoo! Go, go! Jump! 1, 2, 3, go! You count to 3 and you do it. Woo! Go, Rocco! How's it feel? Good. Good. Okay.